What's going on, everybody? It is Tuesday, and super excited. There's been so much going on in the crypto world, hasn't it? Oh my goodness. It's a whole bunch of things that are happening, but the exciting part is that here in the Stellar universe, there are some very concrete applications that are changing lives. Someone posted earlier today that Stellar is changing the world through lumens, and it absolutely is. And so I am very happy to bring to the Stellar family a company by the name of LeafGlobal Fintech. And they have got a mobile banking system that is changing lives right now in Rwanda, Kenya, and it is just very exciting to watch. And so very happy to introduce to everybody Tori Samples and Nat Robinson. How are you guys doing today?
Hey, Sam. Thanks for having us.
Great. Shout out to Baba that's watching right now. Thank you for joining in. How are you guys doing today?
Good. I think it's evening for both of us now. Yep, I'm in Rwanda, and that's in Europe, and so very excited to kind of end the day with this. Fun getting the chance to talk to you.
That's great. Well, look, let's start off with, I guess, some brief history or introductions. I'll start with you, Tori. Introduce yourself to the Stellar community.
Sure. So I am co-founder and CTO of Leaf, and before that, I was a data architect for about 6 years at a Fortune 75 healthcare company in the U.S. So big pivot for me going into startups a few years ago, going into fintech. I did that through going through an MBA program. I'm sure you'll hear more about that later, but that's how Nat and I met while we were at Vanderbilt University. And while I've always enjoyed being on the tech side, honestly, after a while, I was ready to get out of it, and went back to get my MBA to focus on the business side, and ended up starting Leaf with Nat because of this deep passion for refugee and migration issues. I've been in and around refugee communities for about the last 15 years in the US. It's a really important part of my identity and my family and community. And so getting the chance to kind of merge the professional and the personal with Leaf has been a dream come true in a lot of ways. And it has allowed me to continue to learn as well about just this ever changing issue that really impacts every single person in the world.
Man, that's great, and the work that you guys are doing for refugees is what excited me and really got your platform to my attention. So, Nat, say hello to the rest of the Stellar community.
Yeah, hey everyone. Thanks, Sam, and thanks everyone for listening. It's great to be here today. My background I bringing to Leaf is in microfinance. So I started and ran a microfinance company in Kenya for 7 years that was giving
Wow.
loans to rural smallholder farmers to buy cows and irrigation equipment. And we worked in very remote rural parts of Kenya and very low income communities and saw how technology can bring financial services to the unbanked. And when I was at grad school with Tori, came across the refugee crisis and a business plan competition that we were part of. And I thought, gosh, there's something I can do here and bring my background in microfinance to this challenge and particularly leverage the opportunities that blockchain is bringing globally. So it's been really exciting to incorporate fintech into my background with microfinance and then work with refugees and migrants globally. So it's been hard, but it's been very exciting.
Man, what a very exciting background that you guys have. So you kind of hinted of how you guys joined on a in college, right? And so if you can maybe expand a little bit on that, since you kind of teased that in the introductions.
Sure. So Nat and I were both at Vanderbilt. Nat was in law school, I was in business school, and we got paired to work together on this pitch competition called the Holt Prize. And it looks for
Mm,
sustainable business approaches to different global issues every year. And so the year that we were matched together was actually a long time ago at this point. It was the end of 2016. And it was all about the refugee crisis. That was right when the Middle East and Greece and Turkey were all over the news. And so we
wow.
dove in and brainstormed a lot of different business solutions to that problem. Ended up coming up with a very different one. Did pretty well. Got flown out to Dubai. It was all sponsored by the Clinton Foundation, and ultimately decided not to go forward with that. But it gave us the opportunity to really see how deep this issue is, how multifaceted it is, and how much opportunity there is in serving a refugee base, especially as customers, not beneficiaries. And so from that, one of the ideas that we had brainstormed was a savings solution, a digital wallet of sorts. I don't think we had a name for it back then, but now it's very common. And so we started looking into that while still in grad school. Did a number of pitch competitions to get some initial funding to explore the idea. Not really cobbled together a team of grad students from across the university to go do market research all over the world. And we
Wow.
ultimately decided to both go full with it after graduation in 2018. So since then, really dove in on first the market side and then the tech side, and then have been able to start serving people in East Africa.
Wow, wow. It's amazing, as far as how faith, you guys were randomly kind of brought together on a school project, and look at you guys now. This is that's really cool. So, when talking about that, was that your first introduction to the refugee crisis during that school project?
Certainly was for me. Tori's the one with more of the personal background working with refugees. So I'd spent most of my time East Africa working with rural smallholder farmers. Certainly knew about the refugee crisis, but that business plan competition, the group did a great job gathering, information, history to talk about what refugees go through on a day-to-day basis. So it
Hmm.
was really eye-opening for me, certainly to learn about the crisis. But yeah, Tori's got much more of a in-depth experience in story.
Wow,
Yeah.
wow, wow,
I
wow.
think for me, doing that, it formalized a lot of what I had seen firsthand. So I I've mostly been integrated with the South Sudanese and then Congolese refugee communities in the States. And through those relationships, have seen how someone can go from being a normal person who has wealth, who has an income and assets, to suddenly something happens and overnight they're given this label, and it's very difficult to get out of that label once you're under it. And so I've seen how people, even the lucky ones that are resettled, about 1% globally, get stuck in the cycle of poverty because they went from being a normal person to not. And there's so few resources available to them. They lose access to services. Most banks and formal financial institutions won't serve them after they become a refugee. And so I think diving in more on the formal research side was enough to show how there is such a market opportunity here. And knowing that it would impact people like the people that I love and consider my family was absolutely the kick needed to do it.
Wow, wow. I don't know. It usually doesn't happen, but it's very emotional hearing about that. It really is. Because
emotional to talk about too. I've gotten a lot better at it now.
yeah. It definitely comes through, and yeah, it's like I said, I usually don't get affected this way, but hearing you guys talk about it, hearing you talk about it makes it so real. Because here in the States, especially, we hear about refugees. It's a word, right? It's just some name of a stranger who is invading your house, so your country. They want to come into your country. You see the images, but through the media, they're not real people. But you're absolutely right that that could happen to any one of us. And so what happens when all your money is in local banks, local currencies, or I guess in a safe in your house, and all of a sudden you lose everything? Where do you go? Where do you go? Gosh, shout out to everybody out there. Jordan Harry, man, I appreciate you from the UK hopping in. I love all the work you're doing. Shout out to Jay out over in Stellar, Korea. It's really great. Everyone's able to hear these great stories. And Fred, Lightmint, they're blowing up, man. Great to see you guys as well. So you mentioned you kind of had this experience, and you were looking for some sort of a mobile payment system. So let's move into LeafGlobal, right? This is what we're all here to talk about. First off, why Leaf? What is the significance of the name Leaf?
Sure. So the thought was, a bank branch doesn't get out to where we need to serve, and so extension of the branch, you get the leaves. So the leaf is that beyond banking, beyond the bank branch. So that was the Leaf idea. And the global piece, we just noticed that this global refugee crisis was affecting every part of the world and all over. I mean, we went to 7 different markets globally to find refugees to speak with, and found the same challenges everywhere. So the goal from the beginning was to set up a company that's going to serve a global population. And that's what's been so exciting to be part of the Stellar Network to do that.
I gotta say, it was a lot clever, a lot more doper than I would imagine. Actually, did you guys really claps to that one? Did you? Chance saw how dope that was. You got a branch of the bank. You can't really reach out there, but a leaf can fly over there and catch. I got you. I like that. I like that one. All right, so I know that we could go into a lot more depth, but was curious if you wouldn't mind. Maybe we could do a little demo of the platform and show people how it goes into action, and maybe kind of maybe spark some more discussion that way.
Sure.
Sounds
happy
good.
to do that.
Maybe Sam, I can give
just let me know
overview too of mobile money. Would that be helpful too, to talk about our on and off ramps for Stellar? Because I feel like that's something that's certainly unique for anyone in the U.S. and parts of Europe that aren't as familiar, is to get your actual physical cash and local currency onto the wallet as a refugee. We've tapped into local payment networks called Mobile Money that are all over Africa and East Africa. And it's run through the telco phone companies, where you can go to any street corner where someone is selling prepaid scratch cards for minutes, and give that person money, and then they can load those funds onto your mobile wallet, which runs on your phone. And that system is run through the telcos, but they don't cross borders. And so what we've done is integrated into all those telcos within the region, so people can very easily and conveniently load funds and withdraw funds through that network that's already there and already on the ground, but allow people to cross borders and cross networks through our wallet. So think of it kind of as like a Venmo, but for your basic phone or dumb phone, but being able to load cash at every street corner.
Wow, wow, wow. How powerful is that? And does all the parties have to be a Leaf mobile, user, or are you able to get cash in and
No.
out? No. Okay. Wow.
Nope.
How impressive
Yeah,
that
so
is.
it's really nice. It's one of those should be a Leaf user, and it's better for everyone if they're both Leaf users. We incentivize that pretty strongly by making all Leaf to Leaf transactions free, and then putting a small fee just as a slap on the wrist for taking money out of the system. But you can cash in from anyone else's number, and you can cash out to anyone else's number, which is a big advantage when you might have, just say, an uncle in another country who wants to send you money, but he's not very tech savvy, and you can do a pull request straight to his little dumb phone. And all he has to do is confirm it from his side with his mobile money pin, and then the funds get deposited into your Leaf wallet. So we try to make it really convenient, especially for people that might not have that background.
Wow, 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 wow. DJ Horn on that one. That is pretty good. Hand claps on that one as well. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the Leaf wallet demo. What are you going to show us here, Tori?
All right, so we've got a smartphone app because we do still see a need for that. So we've got Android and iPhone available today. I'm just going to spend a quick minute on that, show you what it looks like on Stellar on the back end, because that is important to us. And then also spend a little bit of time on the dumb phone version or the basic phone version, because I think that's what's really novel about our platform and how we've been able to make these services accessible to anybody in the world.
Absolutely.
So you guys can see my screen? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then let's get started. What you'll see here, home screen, is after logging in. This is a demo account, but all the functionality is the same. So you can probably see just by looking at this, it's a very basic wallet. Probably everyone watching today has at least a few of these, and they all probably look a lot slicker than this. This app design and the user experience is based on about 400 customer interviews with people to determine what makes sense for somebody that has never used an app before and doesn't have very much financial literacy, or if they do, it might be on a specific product like mobile money that's a bit different than a digital wallet. So we try to make it as basic as possible and make it very clear what it does, and that works for our users pretty well. But what you'll see is that we've got a multi-currency wallet here. These are actually custom assets on Stellar that Leaf issues. And so we've got local stable coins, local tokens for Kenyan shillings, Rwandan francs, and Ugandan shillings. So those correlate with the 3 countries that we're live in today and with where you can cash in and cash out. So technically, anybody in the world can create a Leaf account. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, so are you guys issuing your own stable coins?
We are, yeah. And it's a bit of an interesting one because there are no other players. And at least when we started in our market, there weren't many ways to get money in and out of any digital wallet. And so what we've done is basically do all of the integrations with the licensed providers on the fiat side, and then we manage the token side. So we're definitely the wallet. We're a bit of a by proxy anchor as well, but not formally, because we do have certain controls on our assets. So right now, those are limited to people who have been through our KYC processes because we're also the wallet. So we can expand that in the future if we want, for anybody who wants to go into really deep anchor discussions. But that's how we've set it up, at least for today.
Wow, wow. One more hand clap for that one. Oh, man, that's right. No, don't stay on the sidelines. Don't stay on the sidelines. Be your own innovation. Man, this is great. So continue down. You were just saying that you guys have these assets. We looked at it. Let's go from there.
Great. So yes, we have these assets. All checks out. They're 100% fiat backed, 100% fiat pegged. So what you cash in is what you actually have a claim to. Once money is in the wallet, so they do that through cashing in. I can go into that real quick. They can cash in through mobile money, which is the process that Not just described. So they can put basically any number in the 3 countries that we're in, and they can put the amount, and it's going to create a pull request to that basic phone. We are also working, I'll preview this. Nobody else has seen this yet. As I said, it's a dev version.
Exclusive.
But
exclusive.
Yeah, exclusive for Sam. We are also working on a system that will enable people in other countries, starting with Europe and the UK, to do an actual cash deposit cash in. Again, with licensed partners, so Leaf isn't touching that cash, but you could take cash to your local corner store with a barcode that this request generates, and then those funds are going to be deposited in token form into the Leaf customer's wallet. So little hint, sneak preview of what's to come with Leaf, but we're getting there. We're really excited about that. So let's actually do a transaction here so I can show you what it looks like. Yeah.
Go ahead. I mean, stuff. Hey, listen, I mean, you guys, right. I don't bring, whack projects to you guys. I'm only trying to bring you projects that I really see are doing amazing things, and Leaf has not disappointed me at all. So let's go see how it works.
All right. So we're gonna send money Leaf to Leaf. So this is sending to someone on the Leaf platform. And looks like this is running a little bit slow, just probably with the demo functionality, but we'll get there. So I'm going to send to our good friend Jane Doe. This is Alice Bob's account. It's going to validate that account. And then the fun part of this is that because it's a multi-currency wallet, we can do this exchange on the fly. So these are the 3 currencies that Alice Bob has. So let's select Kenyan shillings. And then we're going to go in and see that Jane Doe only has Kenyan shillings and Rwandan francs. So we're going to do Rwandan francs. We can show this exchange on the fly piece, and we'll be generous. We'll send about 50 cents here.
That's nice.
There's a description field. I know. We'll go. Put yeah. All right. So we will submit this, and this is all based on the trust lines that are held by each individual account. So you can see this little pop-up to confirm exactly the exchange rate that this person is getting. This is also behind the scenes how Leaf is making some money on that Forex spread. We've got how much she's actually sending and how much Jane Doe will receive. So we're going to enter our PIN here. 54321. Again, this is just a demo account. Not going to get any money from us out of that. So we've got that, and then that has been written to Stellar at that point. So the funds have actually transferred between 2 different Stellar accounts. And so it's the same process if you're going to exchange within your own wallet, or if you're going to cash out into another mobile money phone number. Again, you just list the number and the amount. We also display all the current exchange rates. You can add and remove currencies by airtime, which is fun because it opens the door into the world of payments and purchasing. And then all of those transactions, again, written on chain, and you can see them in the transaction history. I think this one is interesting for us because this functionality of just being able to see transactions back to the beginning of time is not common in East Africa. You have to hunt and dig to find your transaction history beyond like the last 5 transactions. So this is actually pretty novel for people, despite its simplicity. And then when you click into these, of course, you can see all the details of that transaction.
All right. Can I ask both of you guys a quick question? So what you're saying is that essentially you guys are able to utilize the Stellar network right now to transfer money in and out of a country that up until you guys created this app, it wasn't possible to do digitally.
Correct.
Essentially is what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
So pay a lot of money for it. Yeah. It's real expensive.
Let me ask you this. So let me ask you this question. Did you have to audition to Stellar? Did you have to send like SDF a letter asking them, could you utilize the network to create this? Was there like a tryout or something like that? No, right? No? Okay. Okay. So
No,
what you're
no.
saying
We
is
just started building. That's what we love.
so what you're saying is that Stellar is really open source and you guys are wow. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. This is amazing, guys. I mean, do you
No, we
understand? Do you guys understand what they just did? And this is the message that's important for everybody to understand is that wherever you are, you see a problem, be the solution. And Stellar is alive right now. What they've done is incredible, and even digital assets daily. Shout out to my man. He even says it's very nice. I know it is beautiful. It's an incredible platform they have going on here. I'm sorry, I just got excited. I'm out of here now. Okay, go back to what you're doing. I apologize.
Well, thanks. We get excited too, but usually we don't have that many people to share it with because most of our users have no idea that there's a blockchain behind the scenes. So this is great. I'm
Even
glad you're
better
excited.
though,
We're excited.
but even better though is that they're able to use it and don't even realize how because that's how smooth it is. So that's incredible. That's incredible.
Yeah. So this is the back end. I'll just show you. I just refreshed this account. This is Alice Bob's account, of course. It's anonymized on Stellar, so you're never going to know who it is, but it's completely transparent. You can see these assets that she's got. And we've got this history here. So I showed you, we put that little in the description field. Those memos are kept internally. So all memos, we're not exposing whatever people might put in that. Every time I see a public Venmo transaction, I'm just like, oh, why, guys? So we don't do anything like that. But you can see we've got the two accounts here. We've transferred that money, and then you can see, I mean, this one, it's got a lot of random stuff on there, but all of the trust lines, every transaction is written on chain. So every single piece of this is transparent, which we think is really important because we're dealing with a vulnerable population that has had a history of fraud within that, whether it's NGOs or other refugees or businesses or governments perpetuating that fraud. There's just a whole lot going on there that we want to avoid. And then also we think it's important because we are just the tech provider in this. We are not the licensed financial entity. And so it's a safeguard that we can say, hey, you want to see what's going on in Leaf system? Every single transaction is out there. And so users can have confidence in what we're doing, and partners and investors can have confidence that the money is actually there and there's nothing shady going on because they don't have those safeguards of being a licensed institution that's going to be held accountable by a central bank. So we think that those are pretty important, and that's the way that we've designed it, the way we have with each person having individual accounts and writing everything on chain.
Incredible, guys. If everyone that's listening to this, if you like what you're seeing, make sure that you hit the retweet, you share it, you call your mama, your auntie, your granddaddy, your grandpappy, your pastor, the gardener, the guy at the store when you go buy a soda today. Let them know what you just saw because it's real. And you might inspire something very exciting. So yes, this is really great stuff here. So you have this app, and you kind of walked us through. So this is the whole smartphone app, but there's also a dumb phone, you call it, right? All right, let's
probably shouldn't, but yes.
Yeah, I know.
Let's call it a basic phone from now on.
Yeah, let's say basic phone. That sounds a lot better, right? Phone. Yeah, no feature phone. How about that one? So that'll be cool. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Great. So it looks like I'm reconnected here, but we'll try this. So this is an online emulator. It's showing it within a smartphone mask, but it works the exact same on basic phones. So what you do is you dial, should have pointed this out. So you just dial a little short code. Again, this is just a demo one. Our live codes are all over our social media, so you can see those. But this pulls up a little menu, and all of the same functionality is available through a numeric menu. So the really interesting part about this, it's based on USSD technology, which is inherent in basically every phone in the world, but it's a very underutilized technology. And so when we were looking at our markets and saying, well, how can we make this accessible to people that don't have access to the latest and greatest device-wise, we saw this massive opportunity with technology that already exists and people already trust, because it's the same technology that powers mobile money. So they're used to using this for financial transactions. They know that you can use it securely and safely. The one limitation with it is that it is basically a live tunnel between an application on one end, like Leaf, and an end user. So to make that secure, it's subject to timeouts. So basically, if I were to leave this up on a live phone for more than like 30 seconds without responding, it would close to keep things secure. That also means, though, that you get people trying to type out, 20-character full names on a little basic phone, and that gets very challenging. And so we've designed this to be strictly based on numeric inputs so that we don't hit those issues with timeouts. It's really easy for users. It's still possible to fat finger it, but much less likely. So what we've got here, you'll see the menu, all the same things. So if I'm going to check my balance, I can send money leaf to leaf, cash in, cash out, exchange. I'll show you here. Everything is PIN guarded so that, again, if your kid picks up the phone, you don't want them sending money to somebody, don't give them your PIN. Same issues all over the world. So you can see here, we've got the balances. So this is actually Jane Doe's account that I just sent to.
Okay.
And so she's got 500 extra Rwandan francs that I just sent her from Alice Bob. We can go back to the main menu. One of the things here, I'll show just what a cash in looks like, because we didn't cover that. So you can cash in, again, from my own mobile money number or from anybody else's. So, and again, that's that native system that Nat was talking about. All I have to do if I'm cashing in from my account is, that's a lot of money. Let's go with that amount. I just put the amount and then my PIN to confirm. And what that's going to do is create a pop-up request, in this case on my phone, because I'm pulling from my own number, and I just have to confirm that.
Wow.
One thing that I do want to show about this, just really quick, if we've got like 5 seconds, is the My Account feature. We've got this available in local languages. So I've put it in English here today, assuming that that's probably what everybody wants. But we also have French, Kinyarwanda, and Swahili to match the languages of our market.
Beautiful,
so
beautiful.
If we want to change this, we'll change it into Swahili and just show everybody what this main menu looks like. And if we've got any Swahili readers out there, karibu to Leaf, always welcome. So so we try to, again, just make this as accessible.
Very good, very good, very good. I mean, have you guys started to see any merchants utilizing the app as of yet?
Definitely.
Yeah, and
That's
I'll
actually
stop
been
talking.
one of our fastest growing customers. So as the merchants, as more people get on Leaf, being able to send money to buy things to other Leaf users is really becoming convenient, but also using mobile money and those existing payment networks. It's a great way to pay people who are in different networks. So we're seeing a lot of that in Rwanda, and that's where we're also starting to add things like airtime and having some of those conversations with other payment processors to do more on the payment side. Keeping in mind, there are 2.4 billion non-smartphone users or dumb smartphone users who are not, using the full features. So it's a big market. There's a lot of people out there, interested in this, especially across East Africa, where you have expensive data.
It's a really, really great app. This is the website, really clean. While I have this kind of showing everybody, what's next for Leaf? What are your plans for the rest of 2021 and going on?
Big plans, right, Tori? So we're looking to expand our current countries. So through partnerships beyond East Africa, we're looking at some more financial institutions to work with to add more countries to do cash in, cash out. Hopefully Congo soon. That's a big one that not a lot of financial institutions are working in, or fintechs, right?
Congo,
So that'll
nice.
be
That's
fun.
great
But also,
to hear. Great to hear.
as Tori mentioned, UK and Europe as well to cash in, and Latin America is another market we've been spending a lot of time in. I know Stellar has been very involved as well. So those will be exciting ones.
Oh, so I got a question. Is it exclusive to Africa? You guys mentioned some other place, so we know that that's not there. It's not exclusive to Africa. You guys are expanding. But is it going to be available? Any plans to Thailand, Cambodia? We also have a huge Korean audience that have been. I don't know if you saw the post all day today, but they're excited as well. So any possibilities? Thailand, Cambodia, Korea. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think we're open to any of these partnerships. So happy to have those conversations. We did spend some time in Cambodia as well as Myanmar and Bangladesh looking at those corridors. So I think very open to Southeast Asia, Asia. So we'd love to connect. I think we just saw that part of the world. There's a lot of other big fintech players there. So maybe we should look at some other markets to start. But of course, happy to talk.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, we have a very passionate, like I said, stellar community out there, and so if there are folks listening that are on the ground level that want to help and helping to make connections and helping to save lives. Definitely reach out to Tori or Nat and just see how you can get involved and help. What is the best way to reach you guys on that note?
Always available on Twitter, email. I'll be the first to say we are not the best at social media because our customers really aren't on social media as much, but we're getting there, and you can help keep us accountable by reaching out to us. So any of those, info at leafglobalfintech.com. Happy to be in touch.
Absolutely. Look, you guys, you have a great product. I've enjoyed speaking with both of you. And it really seems as if you're on the right track and you're really helping and saving lives. And so I'll leave it. Any final thoughts? Any final thoughts? Anything that maybe I didn't ask or that you'd like to point out before we end this?
I think we're excited to be part of the stellar community and the network and looking to really reach people who don't have access to financial services. We're also hoping to get into some lending and some loans down the road, some micro loans. I think that's something new for Stellar as well.
That is huge. Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of exciting talk about lending, and gosh, yeah, going back to people that are traveling, the inability to have access to credit, to start a business, to fix your house. Is a major need. And so yeah, if you guys can make that happen, please keep me posted. I'd love to have you guys back on whenever you guys finally launch that product. I have a quick, for all the watchers, I have a quick video I'm going to show you guys before we wrap up here. So hang on tight. It's going to be two young ladies that have been utilizing Leaf personally, and they're sharing their testimonial. I shared a little clip earlier today on Twitter. And so, Tori, Nat, you guys hold on. I'm going to chat with you guys after the show. For everybody else, hold on tight. Watch the video. And like I said, retweet. Tell everybody about Leaf Global Fintech. We'll see you guys later.
Hi, my name is Emil Melissa. I'm a Kepler student, especially I live in Kiziba camp, which is located in Rwanda. So I'm working as an intern at Leaf company, and I'm so excited of the services that they are providing for refugees. Now we are able to access our money in East African countries and around the world. No need of carrying the cash with Leaf accounts.
Thank you. My name is Shanso Maharo. I'm a Kepler student, and I'm also a refugee in Kiziba, which is located in Rwanda. And I'm happy to have Leaf because we are no longer carrying cash and having cash in our pocket because we have Leaf, and we are improving our life through Leaf. Thank you very much.